Beaver Bunch video with a shirt, 3,000 views. Beaver Bunch video without a shirt, 6,000 views. Hey, I'm in my kitchen. I just was outside riding bikes for a while because I had the afternoon off before work, and I'm digging this whole video in a new place thing. I get tired of sitting in my room talking to myself. So instead, I just thought I'd carry you guys around with me. This is my kitchen. This is my kitchen where all 10 of us that live in this house eat. And it's a perfect occasion for this video because I want a grilled cheese sandwich. And what better time to make a grilled cheese sandwich than right now? Okay, I look really short against this bar. But I'm back, finally, after all of my prep to make this video. And it's Friday. And seriously, I can't catch a break. Okay, for real now. This week's questions are about relationships. And this is the first Friday that I've had the chance to talk about trans-related topics that don't necessarily apply to lesbian relationships, and vice versa, because I can't really speak on lesbian relationships because I haven't been in one in a very long time. So, the positives and the negatives of dating. The question is same-sex relationships, but I guess for me it would be the positives and negatives of dating a trans person. Okay, let's start with the negatives because I like to end on a positive note. The negatives of dating a trans person. Well, I guess it differs for every trans person, but it depends on where they are in transition. So if someone is just starting to transition and you're dating them or you meet them, then you might get a different view of how they are or who they are depending on what phase they're in. Example, say, like, I'll use my personal experience. I was dating someone before I came out as trans and before I started the physical transition, and I had certain mannerisms. I was pretty passive and laid back and wasn't quick to get angry. I didn't have a short temper. I was extremely verbose, and I had pretty regular amounts of energy and, you know, stuff like that. And then when I started... Whoa, okay, sorry, the cats are like tearing up the furniture. When I started transition, still dating this same person, we had to go through some adjustments because everything, my normal routine and the way that I felt changed because of hormones. So I had more energy. I had more sexual energy. I was always hungry. I had to adjust to the temper because I had this huge, like, period of rage where I was always angry about nothing, and I had no justification for it. So kind of like puberty, except, you know, in your 20s. So that may be hard to deal with, you know, communication barriers and whatnot. And another negative might be struggling with your identity. If you're a lesbian who has only ever dated men and you are dating someone who decides to transition, does that affect your identity? Did you see that? And are you okay with that? You know, and how do you two relate differently now that your partner is transitioning? Or say that you're a straight woman and you've always dated bio males and you don't have any experience in the gay community. What's it like to date a trans guy and the struggles that you come into? You know, because you're not out, at least I'm not, I'm living stealth, so girls who date me can't explain to their friends what they're going through, you know, so maybe you don't have an outlet to discuss your issues or the difficulties. What are the other negatives? It's hard to think of negatives because I've never dated a trans person. I just am one. So I could tell you all day long the negatives about dating women and the positives, but that wasn't the question. Wasn't the question. I don't know, maybe to get the best insight, you should ask the people who date trans people. Trans partners, if you will. I think the coolest thing about my side of it, the coolest thing about dating women as a trans guy is that I almost have a jump on other guys. I have an advantage because I can understand and relate, and conversations seem to be different, and I can reach a different, deeper level than I would have been able to if I didn't have my experiences. I'm telling you, if you put in, a little bit of effort, it'll be so worth your time if you find the right person. So worth your time. It's just like dating anyone else. We can be just as feisty.